Hey everyone, Arizona Kid here. Welcome to my channel. If you already aren't a subscriber, and please consider hitting that subscription button and hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down. I'd really appreciate that. It's been a long ride, guys. Honda Foreman here, 2020. I've done a lot of reviews on it. We're finally to the 1,200 mile review. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of things I complained about, a lot of things I don't complain about. But let's talk about that a little bit. There's one I really want to talk about that kind of makes me laugh. But some of the biggest things I talked about was the number one thing I think was always storage on it. Obviously that's, I think, a preference of the rider. Do you want the storage? Do you need the storage? Are you going to be mudding? Do you care if there's storage? It's a preference. I want storage. So is it fixable? Yeah, go buy a box. Stop your crying, right? So it's fixable. But speaking of storage, there's still some cool things about storage on this machine. Let's talk about that a little bit. Grab you guys, you talk about the stuff here, like this front compartment on it, I never use it. It can fit a water bottle. I never use it. This bag right here is just my, the cord that plugs in for my winch that plugs into this, that right there, the plug right there, so you can stand off from your quad and use it. That's all that little compartment holds. But all that time I made fun of this compartment right here. Oh, quick shout out Yankum ropes, guys. I did give away one of those ropes. I wish the guy in Colorado would put his picture on Instagram, but hey, I can't complain if he does or don't. I know he's told me he's enjoying it, so that's all that matters. And moving on from that, this compartment, I love it. That thing is my phone, my gloves. My gloves weren't in there. I think they're in the back compartment right here. But I love that. So, all the complaining I did at the beginning about storage, yeah, you guys, if you were here in front of me, I'd let you take turns punching me in the gut. There's no issue with storage, all right? A couple of the bigger ones, that was just became, because you got to remember this 520 is a new engine. I was worried about the ticking noise, and it's funny because I used to be a service advisor at a dealership, and let me spin this around so you guys can at least hear me talking or see me talking. So yeah, I was a service advisor at a dealership, and we had the Hemi engine, even in the 1500 pickup trucks, it had a ticking noise. You put regular unleaded in it, it would even make it tick worse. And it was a trait of the Hemi engine. Nothing was wrong with it. I drove the heck out of mine, but we didn't, a lot of people probably didn't know that. And I used to have to tell them all the time, nope, it's normal. We'll check it out. It's normal. So that's kind of what that ticking was on this 520. It was just something new. I didn't know about it, and it's normal. Don't get me wrong, the exhaust still does like a little rattle, but sorry guys, kind of getting a little allergies going on there, but that's just exhaust, kind of like the Pioneer thing I have going on, with the mortar mounts. Well, at least I know it's the mortar mounts, Am I gonna have to tolerate it? We'll find out. But so yeah, so that was a couple of the two big ones I would sit there and cry about, but now obviously, like I said, the storage isn't an issue. The noise is normal, it's not an issue. The biggest one, which was hilarious, was the shocks, the front shocks. Thank you to, what was it? Foreman HVAC, one of my subscribers. Well, that's fixed. There's no issues there either, So all my crying for that too, there's no issues. So yeah, moving on here. I'm trying to think of any more before I get to the big one I wanted to talk about. You know, that was an issue. I could go through all the good stuff, everyone, you know, but some of those issues are now good stuff. You know, the storage, I love the storage. Like I said, I love that compartment. So, you know, if I didn't have my Foreman little phone holder right here, I'd miss it, you know. So I've gotten used to some things. You know, performance-wise, I mean, you guys seen on my videos, it performs. It is a bigger workhorse. Did I stutter there? Anyways, it is a bigger workhorse, so that's nice to know. But yeah, just remember that, you know, from the 420, 520, it still does in the 50s though, so that ain't bad. But it does have a little bit more torque to it at the lower end for sure. Yeah, now let's get to the one I wanted to talk about a lot on this, you know, this 12,000. You know, let me show you guys 1,200. I haven't seen 12,000. Let me show you guys first real quick. So let me flip you again. So yeah, so let's turn her on to prove that we're at the 12. I've had people question this, and I don't mind. I get it. They might think I'm just making videos to make videos, but here we go. So 12, 13. So 1,213 miles is where we're at right now. And I'm just calling this my 1,200 mile review. And I think I've been saying 12,000, so if I have, I'm sorry guys, 1,200 mile review. But let's get to the big one that I wanted to talk about, the tires. You guys remember that? Remember how much I complained about these Maxxis tires? Is that how you pronounce it, Maxxis? Is that how it's pronounced? Maxxis. Now these come stock, so I'm assuming this company has some kind of contract with Honda because it comes stock on all of them. And I complained and complained about these tires. They're worthless. We need new tires. They're not going to do their job. Yeah, let's retract all that, shall we? Even with getting, I mean, I will say they are only 2-ply, and it says that on the tire somewhere. Wish I could find it real quick so I could zoom in and show everybody that it does say 2-ply on it somewhere. Anyhow, let's just stay with 2-ply. And, so what happened the first time? Let's talk about that real quick. I was out riding, I hit a rock, I slit the side. It didn't go all the way through, so I put this goofy looking patch on the outside. You know, knock on wood, I haven't hit a sidewall since. My nephew on his Honda Rancher, I don't know if, I know it's in the Superstition video. We get a flat there. He had the same thing as sidewall, but it was on the inner side of the tire. We plugged it. We put a patch like this on it. Hasn't had any issues with it. You know, but that one wasn't because of the tire. That's because we had 2 people on it, and he rode it almost flat. And so I think he pinched it, and he ripped the tire. But that's okay. But it's still, the tire's still going. And then, I think it was this tire, I have a video that showed how to fix a flat. It was this front left tire, and these are directional, so I couldn't have put it on the other side. But let me see if I can get it to roll, and we can find the plug. There it is. So this tire has a plug in it, and that was a real pin needle hole too. I mean, it could have, I could have drove that a lot longer like that. And because the leak, heck, it took like 3 days for the tire to go flat. Now, I think I have a plug in one of the back tires. Look at that right there. I got a little bitty chunk there, but yeah, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure one of these back tires has got a plug in it somewhere. Or I might just be thinking my nephew's bike. But nevertheless, the whole point of this is I got 1,200 miles on it. And I could do I know it isn't the same for bikes as it is cars. You guys know that old penny test? You take a penny and you put the penny upside down, and it tells you, you know, how much of a tire tread you have. But look at that. Come on, you guys, these tires are not even close to being completely gone. 1,200 miles stock tires. You know, look at the front ones even. you know. I don't know if it helps me put my finger there so you guys can see, at least to my nail almost. So that was one of the biggest ones I cried about. You guys all go back and watch my videos. If you guys are hardcore subscribers, you guys already know what I'm talking about. I whined about the tires, and I even got some people to kind of lay in on me about it. Good for you guys, right? Because yeah, these stock tires are not a problem, you know. Good for you, Maxxis. And even it being, you know, this whole thing, oh, you need a stronger ply. Well, these are 2-ply. And if you see the terrain we ride in out here in Arizona, or the rocks we go on, they've held their own pretty good. So not too shabby for stock tires. So do I have anything whatsoever to complain about? You know, that's the question. Do I have anything to complain about now that I've hit 1,200 miles? Do I, guys? Do I have anything to complain about? Nope. If I could go back to my first videos that I made over a year ago and tell everybody what I know now, I'd tell them, run out and buy a Honda. The only thing you're giving up with the Honda, that I even have a lot of Honda people that would argue that, is speed. You know, if you want to do 80 miles an hour, well then go buy a racing Honda. You know, go buy a dirt bike. You know, find one of those old 400s or you know, our old 450 Hondas, and there's your racing bike, you know. But for reliability, strength, these bikes do the job. And think about this. Do you ever see anybody going mudding with a Honda that they're trying to do 80 through a mud hole? No. So there's your answer, you know. Do you see anybody with a truck or a Jeep trying to go mudding, doing 60 or 70 miles an hour through the mud? Nope. It's all about what you're using it for. You know, you want speed, maybe go buy a race car, man. Go buy a nice Mustang or a nice Camaro or a nice Corvette. You want speed, you know. But in my mind, I don't need the speed. 50's fast enough, and this thing will get everything done and better than any other make. And everybody's gonna argue that, and that's fine. But you know what? It's my opinion, and I'm proud of Honda, and I'll keep saying that. So everybody, thanks for watching. Keep the powder dry, and peace out, Girl Scout.